Well, hello there, my fellow brothers. This is Thirsting. This is Buster here again with a reaction video, and I've been reading the comments. Someone has told me to react to Lazy Purple's "How It Feels to Suffer" in SFM Spooky behind the scenes. But still, this is gonna be for the request, and I hope you guys enjoy more. Remember to make requests to the titles that I know, because something new is. I've tried it, but it can't take. It's not for me. And besides, do not ask me to react to TV shows or movies, because that's the reason why I got murdered last time. So, you can blame TFS for that. Blame TFS. The question is, why I got attacked by other people who did the reaction the same as me, with the same caliber and the same editing with a few muting. Why did I get in trouble? Why they don't? That's unfair, but still. How It Feels to Suffer in SFM. Let's Go by Lazy Purple. I hope you guys enjoy. That's all for the announcements. Other projects will be inbound soon. Don't worry. I'm trying to do it very fast as possible, and trying to edit as many as I can. But still, I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's start this reaction. It's a good thing it's a short one for now.
So you like Halloween, huh? You like using the silly spells in Team Fortress 2? Well, so
Spells?
do I. But isn't Halloween supposed to be scary? Then what's with all this having a good time bullshit?
What?
Listen, man. For your sake, I hope you
It's a
don't do it.
mode.
But if you really want a scary time, drop TF2 for a bit and visit its deranged
3,589
software section.
hours?
Source Filmmaker.
3,000 hours. Just as long and just as hard. That's what she said. Shut up. I did it so you don't have to.
This program haunts me in my dreams, and I know it's trying to kill me. But the amount of glitches I experienced while making How It Feels to Play Engineer, I'm telling you, this shit's possessed. Gather round, all of you. This Halloween, I've a frightful story for you. The story of the time I had to add the Wrangler to a Source Filmmaker scene. My story starts with a prayer. Please, Valve, please update Source Filmmaker so that it doesn't use a 2008 version of TF2. Why do you curse me to manually animate things as simple as picking up engineer buildings and using the Wrangler? But they only responded with Dota Counter-Strike. I didn't understand. So onwards I pressed to manually animate the Wrangler. The Sentry Shield is simple enough. It's its own model. But this god-forsaken laser! This laser has stolen so many hours of my life that I'll never get back. How, you ask? Listen to my tale of woe. I began by importing the laser, but alas! It was pink! That's not right. It needs to be red. So I googled how to color it. Turns out that it's controlled by what I like to call Source Spaghetti. But first, a quick explanation. This is a control point. It represents a point in space and can be used to move and rotate objects. Particles usually have very simple control points. Medic's beam has two control points, one for where the beam starts and one for where it ends. However, the Wrangler laser has this third control point that controls its color? And this is where the Source Spaghetti starts. This control point's positional X, Y, and Z coordinates correspond to the laser's red, green, and blue values using a scale of -255 to +255, which necessitates the equation x times 2 minus 255, where x is the RGB value that you want. What? You didn't get that? That's because it makes no fucking sense! Even if you don't get it,
I know how annoying that'd be. I tried.
No matter what
myself.
I did with control point 2, the laser's color never changed! Well, I said, this isn't my first rodeo. Surely I can fix this in a jiffy. But how wrong I was. Firstly, I went into the particle editor to see if there was a color value in there. Eureka! There was! But no matter what you do to it and its surrounding values, nothing happens. Then I wondered, just a moment,
How?
the laser is pink. And when a texture is missing in Source, the default replacement is pink and black. Maybe the particle's texture is missing or broken. So I asked all throughout town if someone could please lend me their version of every file related to this laser. I imported them into my directory and it was still pink! By then, I was banging my head against my keyboard and finally decided that it's time to concede and—
Let me pause this. The How It Feels to Play Engineer is my favorite video because of the intro animation. It it looks like there's so many things happening, and there's so many things that he did to make it happen. But still, it's a recreation of what happened, but the way he animated it was so impeccable and amazing. So that's why it's on my favorite and my like. I like it so much. And to find out that he suffered through hell just to make it, I applaud you, my sir. I applaud you. I'll give you all the likes you need. I am subscribed to you. Do you want me to subscribe to you to my other YouTube accounts? Of course you do. Yeah.
Verify the integrity of the game cache, reinstall the whole program, and deal with all the bugs that causes. But even then, it was still pink! At this point, I couldn't help but think, ha! All this wasted time being a perfectionist when I could just use a different laser. So I installed this custom laser from the workshop that is supposed to be a Star Wars blaster. It's a model instead of a particle, so it took a while to customize it. It doesn't look great, but it works, right? Wrong! When the camera looks at the laser from certain angles, it just disappears!
Wow!
Then I tried using this laser particle, and I don't even remember what happened with this one, but I assure you it didn't work! So we're back
Welcome to
this
hell,
laser.
ladies and gentlemen.
After brainstorming with other SFM villagers, I imported the laser into a different map and realized, what the fuck? Why is it blue on this map? And that's when it hit me. Every map has a different default point where things load in when they have no other point of reference. You can see here that Badwater's default point is somewhere below Red Team's spawn. It has no rhyme or reason. The Wrangler laser has been loading in and using the default point on the map for its control point 2 value. It's a different color on every map, but it doesn't change no matter what I do. So I figured, alright, my program is successfully reading the control point 2 value, but just not changing it. Alax friend, can you please take my SFM project, move control point 2 to make the laser red, and then send it back to me? He promptly sent me this in response. That's right, his computer couldn't even handle the project, so he had to make a new project that was just the laser on Badwater, which I then had to import into my project, which is its own scary, unintuitive process. But finally, here we are. It works. Despite reinstalling the program, despite verifying the game's cache, despite replacing the particle files outright, my control point 2 is just irreversibly broken. My theory, there's a ghost in my machine. But hey, at least it worked eventually, right?
Stockholm Syndrome.
But that's not the only thing I had to do manually. Once a sentry gun is placed, it stops being a gameplay object and just becomes part of the scene. That means that I have to manually control its shooting, which means manually adding each individual muzzle flash. That's right, I had to copy and paste like 50 sets of these muzzle flashes and then manually tell the program, this muzzle flash occurs 1/20th of a second later, and this muzzle flash occurs another 20th of a second later, and this muzzle flash occurs another 20th of a second later, and this
Oh my! I'm subbing to you
then,
through
after
my
doing
other
that, I
accounts,
have to lock
making
each
sure that you
particle
are
to the barrels of the sentry gun.
build the capacity with subs.
Individually. Truly nothing comes for granted in this program. You'd think that adding Uber charge would be a simple process, but it isn't. The default Uber in SFM is broken for some reason and always flashes like it's about to end. So you have to go download some cube map fixes. Thank you so much, SFM community, and put those in the right directory. Looks good to me, but what about the weapons? And the hats? Huh? That's right, you have to manually change every single model's material that you want to be Uber charged. And sometimes it doesn't even work. Not only is this a time-consuming process, it's semi-permanent. Since you're actually changing the files themselves, scary, you have to be super careful or else you'll be asking yourself later on, why the hell is this pyro like half Ubered here? See these buildings? They're not actually in Source Filmmaker for some reason. They're like ghost buildings or something. I had to manually add replacement buildings myself.
This is a nightmare, man,
but
dude.
You want to get really scared this Halloween? Imagine rendering a scene you've slaved over for hours, and it comes out like this. If you ever want to get into SFM, please remember the acronym ABAF. All
ABAF?
beards are fucked. Something about the way these things are textured doesn't mix well with SFM. Usually there's a fix for these beards on the workshop, but
Okay.
I guess not enough people use the grizzled growth? Anyway, at complete random, the beard will become some crazy neon color. And you want to know something funny?
It's going
It
Super
uses
Saiyan.
the same color as the Wrangler laser uses via the map's default point. Isn't that funny?
I don't
what
think
was
it's
my
funny, my
solution?
dude.
Ha,
I think
simple,
it's
really.
pain.
If I render out the glitched frames individually, one at a time.
Let me ask you this, Lazy Purple. I'm sorry for pausing the video. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Just to suffer? Well, you're suffering yourself, but dude, what the behind the scenes you're showing to us, it really is painful to see, and it hurts my soul to hear you suffer doing this. But what came out of it was truly and utterly amazing. Props to you. Thumbs up, guys. Like the video. Remember, like his video, not me. His video. And oh my gosh, it's a nightmare.
Manually, the beard is fine. Sounds simple if not time consuming. Let's see how many I had to do. 462 individually rendered images just to fix this beard in one scene! And sometimes it's not even consistent. Here you'd think that the color is based on the beard's position, but look at this shit! It's blue in this camera, but green in this camera! Eventually, my friend, I could take no more, and I just asked the guy who fixed the Allfather if he could fix the grizzled growth, which he did! The moral of this scary beard story is,
Ask
please,
for help.
don't be afraid to ask people for help!
The more you
but
know.
friend, I've scary stories to spare. Look at this scene.
Okay.
Simple, right? Well, this is what it used to look like! These lights are Satan! They have caused an issue in every video.
Why would you call
For
it
this
that,
video,
dude?
I spent a full 10-hour day trying to get rid of these lights that would bleed through all the walls. After that day, I knew not to ever try anything with these demon-possessed lights. But in this scene, I had to. I used a program to remove literally every light from the map, and you won't believe it!
It's still there!
Lights are Satan! Eventually, a villager from the SFM Discord discovered that
villager?
you just have to type ent_fire space env_lightglow space kill in console. What does that even mean? I'm certain that a ghost has possessed my
Kill the
computer,
light glow.
but it doesn't always make itself obvious. Sometimes the glitches are small, like the time that this blood decal's position didn't update when I played the video forward, but it worked when I played the video backward. And then sometimes when I render something, every other frame becomes a blue mess. Definitely a
Smurf.
ghost. And half the time I import a custom map, Source Filmmaker just breaks all its lighting. Classic ghost stuff. This one is fixable, but when even
Your
the
computer's
guy making
possessed,
the
my dude.
tutorial says,
This is the Hammer editor, and it honestly terrifies me. I can't do anything with this.
I can't say it makes me very hopeful. Of course, the program does make my life easier sometimes. Spline curves are pretty good at automating some animations, but other times they put the spirit of the devil into my characters.
Add spline curves.
Oh my god, call the exorcist! Look at this century. I just want it to go from this to this. A 180-degree turn. It's simple. But for some reason, the program thinks that the most efficient way to do this is a freaking backflip! Back ye demon! Get out of my sentry gun! Thankfully, the program has a built-in stress reliever. Whenever I find myself getting exhausted, I just move the character's pelvis to the beat of whatever music I'm listening to for endless entertainment.
Earthbound. Nice choice. Been hearing that a lot.
Truly, countless hours have gone into trying to fix every single little mistake and glitch in all of my videos. But, since you've made it to the end of this video, I think I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. There's a mistake in the engineer video, and it will probably ruin your entire perception of it. In this scene, where I build a mini-sentry on this scout,
Not
I
much, dude.
don't have the gunslinger equipped in the SFM animation! Ah! Hey, it's me.
Lazy Purple, to be honest, it's not that much of a pain, and it's not that much hardships. Hardships. It's not that noticeable because I did not notice it. But still, being a perfectionist really is everybody has standards. Remember, everyone out there, raise your standards if it's too low. It just goes to show that we people just hate seeing mistakes, even especially if it's our own work. That's why I'm always pissed when I create my own fan fiction and I see an autocorrect error and people just laughing out loud. The autocorrect did this dude dirty. Well, it pisses me off, and I had to go back and correct it. But sometimes it's not worth it. Lazy Purple. Sometimes it's not worth the pain. Uh, if it can be forgiven, just let it go. I'm not gonna quote the freaking movie. I swear to you. Uh, just move on. But if it's so glaring, like the laser, you definitely have to fix it. That kind of error that pops out that will be showing at the majority of the video because I saw your how it feels to play engineer. It would be glaring mistake to keep on playing for at least a few minutes. But that is just so short and not much. It's not too much, my dude. Just give yourself a break and don't push yourself too hard. The way you make these videos is so mind blowing and epic. It's good enough, my friend. It's good enough.
I have a t-shirt now. You can find a link to it in the description. I also now have a secondary channel, so please subscribe to that as well. The suffering in this video was made possible by Zeke, Briss Bipchap, David Claridge, DDJ Sonic 1991, Frozen Spaghetti, Jake Eves, Muzzy, Nate Cummings, Oast, Plastic Fondue, Saucow, Tim, Torbjorn Highland, Trophy Waifu, and...
Well, we have to thank you, the squad. We have to thank the Purple Squad for all the amazing videos that Lazy Purple has able to crap out. Just kidding. Just basically sent to us. It is amazing work, and he is amazing for all the hard work he put. Dude, you're amazing. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Lazy Purple. Remember to do that. And if you are feeling generous, like, comment, and subscribe to me. That's all I ask. And share my content with those who don't know that I'm still around. But still, this is Buster here. Thank you guys so much. We are now renamed as BS Reacts, and we're finally signing out.